to another presentation with me, Fadila Al-Gharib, alongside my fellow trainees Yahya Al-Jdiani and Mohammed Idlisi. So we decided to discuss or present to you today a very interesting educational website. So stay tuned. As we all know, in the last few years, technology has changed the way of teaching and learning. Now, education is no more restricted to lectures, talks, and physical objects, as digitization has overcome this pattern of study. Internet, per se, is one of the most useful technologies of modern times, which helps us not only in our daily lives, but also in our professional lives. It plays a vital role in education. There is no doubt that in this modern era, everyone prefers Google for their query, problems, and doubts. Popular search engines and websites like Google, Yahoo, etc. are the topmost choice of people, as they offer an easy and instant reach to the vast amount of information in just a few seconds. So, with this emergent education, it is often helpful to use websites as means of distributing information from teacher to student and from students to teacher. These educational websites help equip students with updated knowledge and resources and develop their critical thinking skills. But sometimes, managing one's classroom can be one of the biggest challenges that teachers face these days. Therefore, teachers constantly look for apps and websites that may help them manage their classroom. That's why today we decided to, or we've chosen to talk to you about the best app and website for classroom management, ClassDojo. So ClassDojo is a technology-based classroom tool that was designed to help teachers improve classroom behavior, share information on students' behavior with parents and administrators. It also seeks to improve home-school communication and encourage positive behavior and good practice. Sam Chaudhry and Liam Dodd, two education technology entrepreneurs with experience as teachers, met with hundreds of teachers to gain insight on how to progress technology in classroom. So they can launch ClassDojo in August 2011. It was launched as a free website and app for smartphones and tablets for the sake of connecting teachers with students to build amazing classroom communities. Each student has a profile complete with their own avatar to which teachers can assign positive and negative points or dojos throughout the lesson. So far, you might be wondering what makes ClassDojo so special and unique. As an answer to your question, here are some features of ClassDojo that helps distinguish it from other websites. The first one is Class Story. And Class Story is where you as a teacher share photos, videos, files, announcements, and events with all the families. This private feed in your classroom is viewable by parents and students. The second great feature of ClassDojo is portfolios. Portfolio here is a digital portfolio that allows students to share with their teacher and family. They can add to their portfolio using any device, even from home. Teachers can view and approve students' work on their portfolios. And once it's approved, only parents' account connected to their students can see those particular posts, and both parents and teacher can leave a positive feedback in the form of a like or a comment. The third feature of ClassDojo is messaging. And messaging here allows you to communicate with every family in your classroom, no matter where they are. You can use this feature to send messages, photos, stickers, and voice notes to parents, even without actually giving out your phone number. Your classroom community will feel at ease being able to reach you with automatic translation in over 35 languages. The fourth feature of ClassDojo is Toolkit. And Toolkit is the latest offering from ClassDojo to help teachers make classroom management easier. Toolkit offers a variety of features all in one, including the following. The first one is Group Maker. This button here of Group Maker allows you to randomly generate student groups of any size all in one tab, and you can create sets of students who you don't want grouped together. Music. Music here helps you set the tone in your classroom with the perfect tunes for any activities. You can play music that helps your students focus or simply make free time a little more fun. Noise meter. Noise meter shows students when they are being too rowdy or not too rowdy enough. Timer. This timer here helps you keep your classroom focused and aware of time remaining from any activity. If you need more time, you can add 10 seconds or more with just one tap. Today. The Today button displays daily announcements, a welcome message, or morning work to start the day on the right foot. Random. This button helps the teacher select students randomly with just one tap. Direction. This tool provides a clear and visual reminder of what you want your students to do, so no more repeating yourself multiple times. And your direction might also be saved for later. Think, pair, share. This one helps you create a question for students to reflect and discuss in pairs, which makes partner activities a lot more easier. So as you can see, ClassDojo comes with a lot of benefits and advantages. And some of them are, the first one is that it's a free and it's an online website. So you can log in whenever you are from any device you have. Perfect attendance. You can record attendance and fill your register later. You can actually see the points you've given to students, and you can retract from them or add depending on your students' behavior. It's also easy to use for both teachers and students and also parents, so it's not that complicated. Parents can attend or at least check in, especially if they worry about their kid with a disability or something. It saves time for both teachers and parents. As I mentioned, it works on all types of devices, laptops, computers, tablets, etc. Last but not least, it helps raise or increase students' motivation because students enjoy seeing their points on the board. So far, you might be so curious, how can you log in this amazing website? Well, stay tuned with my fellow trainee Yahya to know more about that.
Welcome to part 2 of this video, which will be your practical guide on how to use the various features of ClassDojo that have been covered in part 1. ClassDojo contains tools that are flexible and open-ended, allowing you to teach virtually anything you want. Please note that ClassDojo comes in 2 different versions, one for the PC and one for Android devices. In this demonstration, I will be using the PC version. Let's start by showing you how you can set up your account as a teacher. Let's go to www.classdojo.com. For the purpose of this video, we will only deal with teacher and students accounts, since they'll be the ones you'll need to manage your class. We'll let you discover the parent and administrator accounts on your own. Let's start with making our teacher account by clicking on the icon Teacher. Here, I'm going to pick my marital status, input my name, my email address, and password. Don't forget to check the little box before clicking Sign Up. After you're done signing up, you'll need to pick the school you're working in or any school that isn't officially enlisted into the website. in order to have access to ClassDojo. As an example, I'm going to pick Sarah Muffins again here. And now that we're signed in into our account, you'll see that there is a demo class that you can use to test out how the website works, and also the option to add the class that you'll actually be using. For the meantime, let's start creating a new class to see how we can add students and explore the interface of ClassDojo. Here you'll have to input the class name, the grade, and you can leave the third option as is. I pick other and grade since there is no option for high school. Now it's time to add students to the class that I just created. To do that, click on Add Students. You can add students either by typing in their name or by copying and pasting their names from your student list. I'm going to go back to my demo class now to explore how Classroom Dynamics work in ClassDojo, as well as to show you how you can configure student login. I have 5 students in my demo class here, and I can add more if I want by clicking on Add Students. There is a very useful set of tools at the bottom of the page, but we'll leave those for later on. ClassDojo makes it possible to divide your students into groups, which is very convenient if you want to distribute projects or manage teamwork for mixed ability classes. Let's test how this works by creating 2 groups in our demo class. Select the students you want to put into a group, and then click Create Group. Good, now it's time to configure how students can join your class. Click Student Login at the upper right corner of the website. At Home Login only offers a QR code that students can scan to join your class. Instead, we're going to pick Classroom Login for more options. There are 3 options to allow students to join your class. Students can either scan a QR code, enter a text code, or join via a Gmail account. Of course, not all students are familiar with how QR codes work, and not all of them have Gmail accounts. For this reason, I'm going to pick a text code because it's the most convenient in this case. This is the code that you can share with your students to have them join your class on ClassDojo. Let's test it out by using this code to join my demo class. Again, we're back to the homepage, classdojo.com. This time we're going to pick Student Login. Just like before, I get 3 options, and I'm going to choose the text code here. As I enter the code, the website asks me to choose my name from the list. Since this is just a demo class, I'll pick a random name. And that's it. Now I have formally enrolled into the class. I can start working on assignment ASAP. Now that we've seen how you can set up a teacher and student account, it's time to check the other features that are offered by ClassDojo. The first great feature offered by ClassDojo is the ability to involve parents in the learning process. You can invite parents to join your class on this website, and they can keep track of their children's learning and see firsthand how their children are growing and improving. To do this, click Invite Parents. You need either the phone number or email address of a parent to invite them to ClassDojo. By using the information that will be sent to them, they can join your class and become actively involved in the learning of their children. What's more, ClassDojo comes with its own built-in feedback feature. Using this tool, you can encourage students to work hard and promote positive behavior. You can give feedback to individual students, a group of students, or the whole class. Students can later redeem positive points for a class privilege of your own choice. Let's see how this works in practice. The set of handy tools I mentioned before includes a timer, which is very useful for time management. It also allows you to randomly pick students to assign them roles in a project or just have them participate in activity or game. You also have a digital attendance sheet you can use to mark absence by clicking on students' corresponding avatars. Next is one of the most important items in ClassDojo, portfolios. This is your channel of communication with your students, and through it you can assign activities and receive responses from students. Let's try creating an activity here. I input the title of the assignment, the instructions, and then specify how students can respond to the assignment. Parents are also able to see students' work as it is posted by students and approved by you, the teacher. Another interesting feature that ClassDojo offers is class stories, a window that allows you to share class moments, photos, and updates with parents and students. There is also an event planner embedded in this window. Let's try using it to announce a field trip to NASA HQ. Assume we've made the journey there and I have pictures with my students that I want to share. To do this, I can just attach pictures or videos to keep parents updated. The final feature we'll be taking a look at is messages. ClassDojo comes with its own integrated messaging system to help keep you connected with students' parents. There is also a built-in translator that translates over 35 languages. Before I give the floor to Mr. Idilsi, who will use this tool to teach a sample lesson, here are a few miscellaneous settings that I personally found very helpful on the course of using ClassDojo. First, the quiet hour settings. Enabling quiet hours in your time of leisure mutes all incoming notifications, so you won't be disturbed by the messages of parents and responses of students. You can set it to work only on the weekends too. Finally, you can add a co-teacher as a collaborator to help you manage your class or supervise it while you are unavailable or on sick leave. That will be the end of my presentation today. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Now I'm going to give the floor to Mr. Idilsi.
Hello everyone. In today's video I'm gonna be showing you how to assign activities in ClassDojo. So let's get right into it.
Alright everyone, so now we are in the teacher account. What you do basically is you go and click on portfolios. Okay, now let's have some activities. You click on create activity, you go and describe your activity. For example, complete reading the worksheet or complete the worksheet. You give it some instructions. For example, please read the worksheet I have handed out in classroom and summarize it. After you give instructions of the activity, you choose how students will answer. Is it a text entry, video recording, photo, or drawing? So I'm gonna choose text because I've already asked them to summarize. So you click on assign to class. Great, now we have the activity completed. So now we're going to hop over the student's account to see how does the activity look like in their accounts. Okay, what you're looking at now is a student login. It's the window where students have they receive their activities, receive their class stories, and where they can hand in their portfolios. Okay, so if you scroll down, we have a list of to-do, so activities that I've been posting for them for a while. Here is the class stories that I've been posting like 2 days ago. PDFs, pictures you want them to see. If they have like an activity to do, what they do exactly is they go to portfolio, and here there is a list of activities you need to complete. If you check this later one, we can see that it's the activity that I've assigned in my teacher account. So they click on the plus icon, and they have all the information needed for the activity. Okay, they have the activity name above. It's there is instructions and the phase where they can answer the activity. Okay, for example, they can type something like summary, type whatever they want, like their responses, and what we do next is they click on hand in. Okay, so after they click on hand in, they scroll down to bottom to find their work have been pinned in, waiting for their teacher to see it. Okay, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to my teacher account and see how does it look like when students respond to my activities. Alright, here we go back again to my teacher account. So you can see that there is a red sign there saying that there is a portfolio that I have to address. Okay, here I have the post, so I click on it. I check if it's completed, if it's some modifications or whatever, and I have here some options that I have to fill in. For example, I could add a comment. For example, nice job. Okay, I have here like two icons. Either I approve the assignment, or I can just return it as a draft. I can return it as a draft when it's not completed, when, for example, there's still. So I have options either to approve it or to return it as draft if it's not completed. Okay, so what I do is I approve it. Good. I can also like it if I want. What you do next is you go and click on Classroom, go to the student you have approved their assignment, and add them a point. Great.